We're poor.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new Stop Me Your video. I hope you're having a good day, because I certainly am, because in today's video we get to take a look at, yet again, at iDubbbz and Anisa. Anisa and her husband recently released a brand new podcast episode that I want to go over in today's video. Trust me, this is something you won't want to miss, because this is genuinely hilarious.
I don't find this funny, but somebody posted, you know, Timbits or like donut holes on Twitter and was like, what do you guys call these? And Prezzo said what he called them, which I'm not going to repeat.
Right.
It had in it and the F slur and some.
Right. Okay.
Them sitting on the floor, having to hold their mics, their podcast in absolute ruins, them talking about these type of topics. It's incredibly poetic and just for what happened with Creator Clash, and that's horrific fall off. iDubbbz and Anisa have literally hit rock bottom. They are literally sitting on the bottom.
Okay, so here's the fucking deal.
We're poor. Sorry.
Newsflash, we're poor. That's why we're in the basement for a third or fourth week in a row.
So Anisa's laugh there isn't a genuine laugh, it's like a forced cope laugh. As they're sitting on the floor, and as they're saying they're poor, the screen goes black because their camera is cutting out because the wire, as they explain later on, isn't properly connected. It's hilarious. They're talking about being poor as their camera isn't even working properly. The question is, if this is the case, right, your camera is glitching in and out, you are basically having to sit on the floor several weeks in a row to film your podcast, surely you would just release the audio version. Why would you release a version with visuals like this? Like when you were sitting on the floor and your camera is cutting out.
I thought we'd be able to get out of here by now. People in Canada, let me know.
Yeah.
My Canadian viewers are struggling.
Okay, so...
Weird.
No, the reason it's doing that is because this cable
Yeah.
is very finicky, very sensitive.
Oh, so the cable, like...
Yeah.
Like, you'd think that Anisa and iDubbbz would have just a little bit of money to be able to get a new cable that isn't going off and on and destroying their podcast visuals. Literally ruining their podcast because the screen is going black. It's such a sorry state to see Anisa and iDubbbz in, and it is so funny. Like, I don't have any sympathy for how badly their content is going, how badly their podcast is going, how badly their lives are going. I've got absolutely zero sympathy for these people.
It just takes one of the dumb dogs fucking...
Dumb dog.
Sorry, iDubbbz, to say that you can't call Anisa that anymore. That's not allowed.
The R-slur's coming back, though. In style.
It is making a little bit of a resurgence. So is the F-slur, I've noticed. I mean, I think, you know, a lot of these, I think people are just kind of realizing that comedy is about shocking people at the end of the day. And it had to go away for it to come back and be funny again.
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, it'll come back and then it'll stop being funny because everyone's doing it and then it'll go away.
I do think it's incredibly funny that they're talking about these words coming back and becoming more popular and more used again and more funny after Ian made his whole stink of his apology for those said words, and he's just sitting in the corner. This is just awful. Well, you would think as well that they'd be careful with the stuff they talk about on this podcast like that, not to bring up stuff that can just be used against them and point and laugh at them.
Only
It'll be
funny
ripe
one.
for comedy again.
The only funny joke I've seen pertaining to that lately has been Prezzo's. Somebody on Twitter, I'll send you it because I don't know. Some people might not find this funny, but somebody posted, you know, Timbits or like donut holes on Twitter and was like, what do you guys call these? And Prezzo said what he called them, which I'm not going to repeat.
Right.
It had 9/11 in it and the F slur and some.
Right. Okay.
He was like,
He just
I
threw
call
the kitchen sink
these.
Right.
Yeah. And then he posted a follow-up where he was like, I love my blah, blah, blah. And he had it in his mouth. And I was like, that's pretty fucking funny. So like that.
Those are hers, and like dismissing her and that stare off into the distance is just Ian's cry for help. Like telling Anisa, please stop. You're making things 10 times worse. I don't care what you're saying. Just please stop.
You know,
Yeah.
it can be funny. You just have to walk the line.
You have to walk the line, and, you know, you got to be willing to admit that it might not be funny to everyone.
And what was the point of you walking it back in the first place and making a big stink about it and saying that, you know, I shouldn't have been doing this, I shouldn't have been saying these words? If this is your opinion now, if this is your opinion, that, you know, not everyone will find that funny, but there is a line to walk there, and that, you know, this is comedy at the end of the day. Where was that several years ago when you were repenting and trying to get everyone on your side? Genuinely, like, everything Anisa and iDubbbz says just makes them look even worse. They haven't said anything over the past couple of years or so that has made them look any better whatsoever, and it's hilarious. They just keep putting their foot in it every single time they open their mouths.
I'm more allowed to use Cracker than Hassan is, though.
Yes,
for the
you
record.
are. No, you are.
All right.
And I
good.
also think
And that needs to be recognized.
yeah, you can use Cracker. You can.
He's too hairy to use Cracker.
Yeah, exactly.
He is okay. There's 3 reasons why Hassan can't use the word Cracker.
Brings up PowerPoint.
He has too much body hair. Okay, and facial hair.
Okay, Anisa, is this going somewhere interesting, somewhere funny, or is it going to go somewhere where it is a horrifically bad, clippable moment for you? Oh, I'm sure it can't be the last one.
His name is Hassan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he said that America deserves 9/11.
Yeah.
Oh dear, Ian. Oh dear, Anisa. That was a bad one. You know, just laugh that off, and then just post that publicly anyway, because that's not going to come back to bite you, Hassan, or cause any more drama for you whatsoever. You know, just keep laughing.
Yeah.
The one gift the internet has given me is that there's literally nothing you can say to me at this point that will make me feel bad.
Right. You've been hardened. Your skin has been toughened.
I will say, as her husband, I know all the secret ones.
Well, what a flex. I know all the stuff that I can target my wife with and make her feel like shit. What an absolute flex to say on your podcast when everybody already thinks that you and your wife are on like the verge of breaking up.
Yeah, you know how to press her button.
Because
Yeah.
basically,
Piss her off.
it's all of the things, but it now means something because I'm her husband. I can say all the things.
If my husband calls me an ugly bitch,
Yes, it's something that everybody likes to reclaim to their wife. Why is this something that Ian and Anisa are publicizing? Why are these the conversations they're having on their podcast in the heat of controversy when people are actively looking for stuff to be able to talk about with them, to be able to take the piss out of them for, especially when it comes to their relationship? Why would they announce this? Why would they voice any of this type of stuff?
but yeah, no, you could say literally probably anything to me. Well, not literally anything. I do have to say, I think he has to become more mean to me online. You have to be more mean.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Great relationship, clearly, just amazing relationship. You should be more mean to me online, or maybe Anisa, you just shouldn't put your foot in it online. And so, you know, Ian's not going to like this. I'm going to make him really unhappy with this tweet. Maybe you should just stop talking for the both of you. Stop just tweeting. Just stop talking in general.
Because like in private, he's so mean to me.
I mean, it's more like when I'm low energy. You know what I mean? And I've had enough of her shit.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's iDubbbz and Anisa's divorce. I mean, with the stuff they're saying on these podcasts, they're really not helping fuel these rumours and fuel the rumours that their relationship's awful, that Anisa's incredibly controlling, and that iDubbbz isn't a great partner. Like, none of this is helping. Like, you'd think that by now they would think to just not put their foot in it, not say certain things, not talk about certain things on their podcast, when they know that not only commentary people are watching, but also regular viewers and people that don't like them are watching this, and will clip this up and post it. But that's all from their podcast. Their podcast is genuinely horrific. They're sitting on the floor, they're putting their foot in it, they're making their relationship sound like absolute hell on earth. It's amazing stuff. But I do want to wrap up this video with stuff that I didn't think there'd be more of. There is just a couple more clips to do with Creator Clash that I found pretty interesting that I do want to play for you all.
And now your focus, this last Creator Clash just fell through completely, and you've been tackling that a little. Anisa going on and saying, I shouldn't say this. I know this will upset Ian. And you're like,
Genuinely one of the worst things that she could have tweeted out in that moment. It's just genuinely one of the worst things that she could have possibly tweeted, full stop, not even in that moment. You can talk about how her wording was bad with the tweet or whatever she wants, but she still posted that tweet, she still said what she said, she still put her foot in it massively.
Yeah.
What a partner.
I know. It's so bad. She completely threw Ian under the bus. That's one thing, is their marital issues once again resurfacing. And then there's also all the creators who trained for 7 months who didn't get fucking paid.
This is the thing, a lot of the fighters did get stiffed over. We know that people like Dad and Harley did actually get their money early because they thought that this event was going to hit the fan. And as well, a lot of the focus is on Anisa and iDubbbz's relationship at the moment because their marital issues and their issues they have with each other and how they publicly voice stuff against each other and how they talk about each other is just becoming more and more relevant.
Yeah,
Never mind.
just gone. Yeah, it sucks. Not to mention, I mean, the good news is they're not getting their 34% of profits they were going to take, which is, I think Ian and Anisa are now the only creators to ever host a charity event twice that amassed $0, which is that might be a record because I can't believe anybody failing that miserably.
The thing is here, we can't even sit here and say that, look, they had no idea that Creator Clash 3 was going to fail. They knew that it was going to underperform. They had no confidence in this event whatsoever. They knew that realistically this was not going to be making much money whatsoever. They went into this event knowing it was going to be a failure. This is all on them.
Yeah, I mean, fuck them. That's pretty much it. They just completely shit the bed, and now everything's up, and I think they need to recompensate all of the fighters at least $30,000 to $40,000 for the time they invested to do this event in the first place.
Let's be real, by the looks of their podcast setup, the fact that there is a faulty wire on their podcast that they can't be asked to fix, and the fact they are sitting on a floor, I don't think they can afford even $1,000, let alone $40,000.
34%
Did they initially
profits?
sell tickets?
Oh, you didn't know about that?
No, are you telling me that this wasn't actually a philanthropic gesture and they were trying to make money?
Imagine that. Yeah, Ian.
I'm blown away. Imagine my surprise.
Yeah, they're already getting the tax write-off by doing the charity work, but that wasn't enough. So they were also going to take 34%, which was not disclosed, by the way. That was not disclosed. That was in the fine print, which is crazy how greedy you have to be to actually do something that's going to be, especially for fucking charity. Nobody's going to say, oh yeah, charity, yeah, I'll give you guys $1 every $3 I give.
The thing is as well, that 34% that they would be getting could just easily go to charity. There is no reason why it shouldn't be going to charity. Their excuses for why they should get that money or why that percentage would be going towards them makes absolutely no sense, because, you know, you've got the odd charity element with the Tiltify link, but 34% has no reason to be going to iDubbbz and Anisa and can still easily just go to charity instead of them. I mean, frankly, it doesn't matter anymore because this event is never going ahead, but still. But that's it for today's video, everybody. I just wanted to quickly come on here, talk about their podcast, shit on them a little bit, talk about Creator Clash, shit on them a little bit, you know, a bit of more of a relaxed upload. Did want to just quickly do an update on iDubbbz and Anisa. Like I said, iDubbbz and Anisa content will probably not slow down. Creator Clash stuff will start to slowly stop, so the focus will be on iDubbbz and Anisa now going forward with these videos. But everybody watching, what's your thoughts on all this? Please feel free to comment down below, and once you're done then, you might also subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future slop uploads. But I've been your host Samuel, and I'll catch you in the next Slop Pick video. Goodbye.